pitch is about NSparks, that's our organization. Ricardo Avalos, who is going to pitch about Dream Education Program. Charlotte Rose Lamate, who's going to do A1 incentives. And we're going to close with Deverick McAllister, who's going to speak about township talents. Let's give them a hand.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good time, right? Great. As he said, my name is Kevin Akers, and my venture is STEM for the Streets. Now, I live in Deanwood, one of the highest crime-rated neighborhoods in Washington, D.C., with only a 2% labor percentage in science or medicine. And there I had a friend, we're gonna call him Jackson, and we grew up together. We were very close, and he was a very bright mind until one day he disappeared for 2 years, and now I see him on the streets with gang affiliation. Now, this is a problem that echoes not only across Deanwood, but across the DMV. And to go against this, my venture, STEM for the Streets, exposes these underserved and underprivileged kids in Northeast and Southeast Washington, D.C. to STEM through hands-on, engaging lesson plans and experiments with real scientists, engineers, and doctors. So far, I've been able to plan a prototype where we're going to have a solar engineer, an IT specialist, and an administrative doctor come in to talk to these kids about being successful. The very premise of my venture is so that we can inspire the youth and make a bright future for Washington, D.C. by making them the future engineers, doctors, and scientists of tomorrow. Thank you.
I have been catcalled countless times, walking to the store, walking to school, even simply walking around my block. I'm Camila Rivera, and I'm creating a platform for women and girls to speak up and speak out about their experiences with sexual harassment. I'm creating not a magazine, but a zine titled Sparks, which is expressive through different art forms. Art is a very big part of me and has helped me cope with my experiences. Sparks will be a way for women and girls to share their stories and to not be ignored. Please get involved by reading Sparks or by submitting your story. Thank you.
Being in America, the land of opportunities, and not being able to find them can be daunting and disappointing. My name is Ricardo Avalos, and when I immigrated to the United States, I felt discouraged for not being able to find the opportunities for a higher education. Nelson Mandela said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." And I want to make a change in the world by helping immigrant students like me navigate through the obstacles that stand between us, a higher education, and a brighter future. My venture, the Dream Education Program, is a volunteer mentor initiative we have started at Centerville High School that will give students access to professional assistance for their college application and their post-secondary plans. We have already had our first workshop with 45 students, and this is just the beginning. And with your help, we can make sure immigrant students like me get the support we need and make this world a better place to live for future generations. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Charlotte Rose, and I, along with over 1 million other Americans, have type 1 diabetes. Type 1 destroys the pancreas and is very difficult to manage. Over the past 10 years, I've lost over 2,000 hours of sleep and given myself over 25,000 insulin shots. Doing all of this on top of being a teenager is especially difficult. I have seen my average blood sugar go up, which is extremely dangerous, and I am not alone. Over 2/3 of adolescents with type 1 diabetes are not achieving good blood sugar control. To address this problem, I'm in the process of creating an incentive program that encourages teens to better manage their blood sugar by rewarding them for each day they stay in range. Doing this would make fellow adolescent diabetics lead healthier lifestyles and create good long-term habits. Thank you.
Good evening, guys, gals, Gala folk of all ages. My name is Deverick, and last summer I traveled to South Africa with LearnServe. On the first day of the trip, we visited Naturina Primary School, where a 7th grade teacher asked his class to give us an impromptu showcase of South Africa's talents. The youth's talent was undeniable. However, he let us know that the world wouldn't get to see a quarter of those gifts because they simply couldn't afford tertiary education. It broke my heart to learn how those students with limitless potential could be limited by their circumstance. They had the drive. All they needed were the resources and support to fuel their ambition, and they could go places. When I got back, I wanted to do something, and LearnServe wanted to help. So together, we've been developing a sustainable scholarship program devoted to giving these township talents the resources that they deserve. The scene I described for you is the reality for 13 million students across South Africa. But with our help, it doesn't have to be. Thank you.